Welcome back to another mini mock to help you prepare for your U.S. naturalization interview. Today, I will try a different format. In addition to testing your knowledge of the 100 civics questions, your English reading and writing ability, I will also pick a few questions from the N400 to ask you. There might be some tricky questions, so if you need help, make sure to watch the second half of the video where I will go over the answers and some tips for you. Are you ready? All right, now let's start with the civics portion. I will ask you 10 questions and you need to get 6 correct to pass. First question. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words? What did Susan B. Anthony do? Why do some states have more representatives than other states? What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? What is the supreme law of the land? Name one problem that led to the Civil War. Name one U.S. territory. Who vetoes bills? What did the Declaration of Independence do? All right, now I'm going to do the English reading and writing test. You will need to get 1 reading question right and 1 writing question right to pass. Let's start with the reading portion. Please read this sentence on the screen for me. Okay, now I'm going to read a sentence and I want you to write down the sentence. Labor Day is in September. Okay, can you read this sentence on the screen for me? Now, please write this sentence down. People want freedom of speech. Okay, great. Read the sentence for me, please. Okay, and here is your last English writing sentence. The people elect Congress. All right, let's now go over the N400 application. Can you confirm your current legal name, please? How did you get your green card? When did you get your green card? Do you still live in the same place since you applied? Are you currently employed? What's your current marital status? Have you been living with your spouse for the past 3 years? How many children do you have? What's your children's relationship to you? Did you register in the presidential election last year? Why is that? Do you always file your taxes? Do you owe any taxes? Can you show me your tax return transcripts, please? Were you ever involved in any way with torture? Do you know what torture means? Were you ever a member of a vigilante unit? What is a vigilante unit? Have you ever gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling? What is illegal gambling? Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? And what is that? Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Okay, this concludes our interview. Do you have any questions? Now let's go over the answers and some tips. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words? We the people. What did Susan B. Anthony do? She fought for women's rights, or you can answer she fought for civil rights. Why do some states have more representatives than other states? Because they have more people. Other possible answers are because of the state's population, or because some states have more people. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? The easiest answer for this one is it freed the slaves, but you can also answer it freed the slaves in the Confederacy, it freed the slaves in the Confederate States, or it freed the slaves in most southern states. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? That would be Thomas Jefferson. What is the supreme law of the land? The Constitution. Name one problem that led to the Civil War. Slavery. Other possible answers are economic reasons or states' rights. Name one U.S. territory. The easiest answer for this one is Guam, but you can also say Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, American Samoa, or the Northern Mariana Islands. Who vetoes bills? The president. What did the Declaration of Independence do? It announced our independence from Great Britain. Other answers are it declared our independence from Great Britain, or the United States is free from Great Britain. All right, now I'm going to do the English reading and writing test. You will need to get one reading question right and one writing question right to pass. Let's start with the reading portion. Please read this sentence on the screen for me. When is Labor Day? Okay, now I'm going to read a sentence and I want you to write down the sentence. Labor Day is in September. Okay, can you read this sentence on the screen for me? What do people want when they come to America? Now, please write this sentence down. People want freedom of speech. Okay, great. Read the sentence for me, please. Who elects Congress? Okay, and here is your last English writing sentence. The people elect Congress. All right, let's now go over the N400 application. Can you confirm your current legal name, please? You might have different names on your driver's license or marriage certificate, but this should be the name on your green card. How did you get your green card? The officer is asking whether you got your green card through marriage, work, or another route, such as the lottery. When did you get your green card? This should be the resident since date on your green card. The date should be the same on your conditional green card and your permanent green card. Do you still live in the same place since you applied? The officer is asking if you've moved since you applied, and if you have, make sure to fill out the AR-11 form. Are you currently employed? The officer is asking if you have a job. It's perfectly fine if you don't have a job. It's not a requirement to get U.S. citizenship. What's your current marital status? The officer is asking if you are single, married, or divorced. Have you been living with your spouse for the past 3 years? The officer will most likely ask you this question if you apply through marriage. The reason is because you have to live with your U.S. citizen spouse throughout the process until the oath ceremony, if you're applying through marriage. How many children do you have? You need to include all children, including stepchildren, even if they are adults and they don't live with you. What's your children's relationship to you? This question is asking if they are your biological children, stepchildren, or adopted children. Did you register in the presidential election last year? This is a trick question, and the answer should be no. Why is that? because you are not a U.S. citizen yet. Do you always file your taxes? It is important to pay attention to the officer. This is the opposite of the question on your N400 application in Part 12, Question 7A. There it asks, have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident? So the easiest way to answer this question is to say, I've always filed my taxes since I got my green card. And it's perfectly fine if you don't file taxes for a valid reason, such as your income is below the filing threshold. Do you owe any taxes? The answer should be no. If you do owe taxes, make sure to bring the IRS payment plan and proof of payments to show that your account is up to date. Can you show me your tax return transcripts, please? Your interview notice most likely does not mention bringing tax transcripts. However, we strongly recommend you to do this because tax transcripts are proof that you filed your taxes. Now notice, I said you should bring your tax transcripts, not your tax returns. You can request them for free from the IRS website. Were you ever involved in any way with torture? That should be no. Do you know what torture means? Torture means to cause great pain to someone. Were you ever a member of a vigilante unit? That should be no as well. What is a vigilante unit? It is a group that acts like the police, but is not official. Have you ever gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling? That's also no. What is illegal gambling? It is to play a game for money that is not allowed under the law. Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? The answer is yes. And what is that? A promise to be loyal to the United States. Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? This should be a yes. Okay, this concludes our interview. Do you have any questions? Here, you can ask the officer questions such as when will be the oath ceremony, or if you can bring guests to the oath ceremony, etc. All right, I hope this video helped you. Leave me a comment and let me know if you like this format. I will see you next time. Bye.